To my family, hello, and firstly I would just like to apologise for just having been so distant for far too long and not having seen most of you, or even met you this millennium at all. Despite what is thought, I wish to clarify things on the hope of reconnecting with the ones who I know my heart must surely miss the most in building this legacy to you. You see, we all have stories to be told or to be hidden, and over the years it should never become a contest of who wins the most or who has lost the most, but the biggest reason as to why I stayed distant was more out of embarrassment in following someone else rather than myself. It took me a long time to realise that 14 years of my life was about me hiding from me. I never wanted to give up, and the heart of me never did. But it's just proof that if we focus on happiness for ourselves, it just doesn't have the same qualities as someone else. And that environment is pointless and needs to change if it doesn't work. We all have different structures to our happiness. They say there's an algorithm to happiness. Most people don't even like algorithms. And yet most people I've known, it is a structure too many think is right for them, but is so different and so very far from the truth. So we hide, we run from what others put on the table, and if we have no real direction, we put direction to us by the one that's put in front of us, whether it be right or wrong. So this is merely to show you an example of reconnection, what we choose to understand a point of view, not as we take it, but rather as it is expressed. And I hope that you can see that this is from me to you in the way I choose to. And just know, however, this is taken totally by your decision. So with that in mind, I can only hope that you see that this is a plea to the family I grew up with, the one that shaped me, shapes all of us. And if this dream has got me thinking way back when, then I wish to say thank you for yesterday, and on the hope we can reconnect some point in time tomorrow. I had this dream as a little boy, and it got lost, it got found, it got lost, it got found. But I'm happy to know that because of family, it's back here again. I remember kids, as cousins, we were so close. Good or bad or ugly, through fights and arguments, we never stopped spending time together. Our parents had differences and was not always supporting and encouraging of each other, but in the moments of being together, we were together for each other. Playing out in the backyards, in parks, in swimming pools, and building cubby houses, and playing soccer and cricket almost fanatically, and even as arguments happened, it never stopped us from going back to the pitch and trying again tomorrow. Those moments were just a portion of my life and what life really is all about. It's not always fun, it's not always exciting, but this never give up attitude on doing what we loved was most important. We should never stop trying. The difference between a bad day and just not a good day, or a loss, or not yet a win. I know my attitude was not so much about being angry or wanting to be better than anyone else. It was a passion to be better, to do better, to improve myself, more than it ever should have been the bad attitude angle. And the president of the golf club, Brian Levy, he best described it as a single-minded will to succeed. This was no more evident than when I had managed to achieve my own goals and still kept wanting to be the best at everything. You see, it's much like society today. We try too hard to be better than one another and take judgments of jealousy and pity, bragging and competing instead of helping each other and learning from the next level of knowledge that interests us and keeps us moving. Those days with my cousins, when I look back, I miss them dearly. And yes, life moves on. We grow up and we do our own lives from there. But in a world surrounded by chaos, soaked in depression, which is no more than worry of the past, and anxiety, which is no more than worry of the future, then I wish to hold on to those great memories and hope to create more into the future. Maybe it is a big task to play that game of cricket again, but you know what? It's a big part of the next generations and what they've missed and what they need from us more than anything, to be real, to do real things, to have real friends, make real time, understand that wherever we are, there is always a place with family. To my aunties and uncles and friends of them, I thank you for allowing me to see the different aspects of life and families and the simplicity of joining over a cup of coffee or a card game and fishing and remembering that massive get-together at St Kilda all those years ago. Again, good, bad or ugly, they were learning times and choices to understand what adulthood did right or wrong, but I held much respect for all of you. Still have to apologise to Uncle Bill for what was the most devastating day in my life by smacking your poor 180B into a tree. Can only imagine if that was a Hyundai Excel. Probably wouldn't be here now, mate. However, together or apart, happy or angry, as we all were at times, you never stop seeing each other and spending time together. That is the memory I hold on to, and you and I know that if not for family, most of us wouldn't have even had a social life or celebrated times, created experiences to live and learn by. I miss my coloured popcorn and my fairy bread. I miss those days out in the vineyards, and to my grandparents. I know for me, to not say goodbye in person, it had nothing to do with the fact that I didn't want to. There was just so much was going on in life. I was homeless when Nan passed away. And begging for help to be there was just a heartless losing battle. Yet I hold Nan very highly and remember the jumper she knitted for me as I received my Dux medal, teaching me to knit, and the eucalyptus lollies in her bag, all except that damn caram chocolate she sucked us all into. Great picking as a family out of Midget's vineyard, and all the deserts could not stop us from doing what had to be done. Homemade pasties and pearl barley soup, we must make them again, and while they may never taste the same, the principles made right from all our greats can be done if we just try for all we are today. Years of being taught how to fish and play card games, fix cars and make inventions. Still remember the first detailed card game I ever learnt was Canasta, playing with great grandma as a boy who barely had even started school. But these were the beautiful memories I'll never hold back against the sadness. To me, when I leave this earth, just as I hope they were, I can only hope that those memories we hold on to are joyous and crazy and different in a good light. Share a beer and a laugh and a little downtime just to say hello. Those fallen from family to war heroes, we should never hold in sadness, for they're not lost in spirit. They're not gone from hearts, and I'm sure would only want us to keep trying for ourselves, for the loved ones, and the most that we hold on to could be awesome and special. For that is not depression. That is something worth celebrating together, not lonely and not apart. To my parents and siblings, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I walked away from the ones I loved the most. The lives that built the platform for me to be left capable of achieving anything. To let me live and chase dreams in my own way. And that was why it made so many successes back then. Without you, I wouldn't have been a district golfer of the year, a Dux medalist, successful at 11 different sports by the time I was 21, a happy kid, never the bully, the protector, never down so much I felt lonely, never hurt so much I felt lost. It was my choice to be Superman off the roof, ride off a bike off a platform without raising a wheel, running across a main street into the car bonnet of a flying past. Who knew people can't fly? And that certainly won't be an oncoming vehicle either on foot, and still remember the gall of police to fine him for having a low front end. We know that may well have saved my life that day. The mentors to every ability I fulfilled. The educators so far surpassing any teacher or lecturer I've ever known, but much more than that. You gave me the opportunity to learn in the way I needed to, the way our children need to. You made me something amazing. Life-changing decisions and sacrifices for me, and this dream is no more than a legacy to a name that I wasn't born into but certainly became. I am a battler, through and through, by name and by nature, and thanks to you, I know without those fundamental apps inbuilt and instilled in my blood, my heart and my brain, I would not be alive today. And although never being truly suicidal, I do understand I tried a number of times to kill myself, and yet I stand tall and proud yet humble, because those basics, those simple things, that are the greatest gifts we must hand down, the same ones so destroying so much of the world today due to a lack of, were there, always as a part of me, lost sometimes, but never forgotten. So in the end, this may only be one small little part on what is a massive family, and what is a gift of a miracle called life. Without any one of you playing part, just the same as any one of us, we would not be who we are without family. With judgments off the table, with the past left to be forgotten and the future dreamed to pull a part of me back together again, I welcome any one of you, from the generations I knew to the ones I've never met, to feel free to say hello, and I will meet you in the middle where life exists in the right place. Maybe it is a distant, seemingly impossible idea to dream to pull it all together, but the rest of my life will be spent pulling as much as possible to help and support, to share and gather in peace, and to the battle foundation with the good people prepared to do something to make a difference for the future. If we look back to childhoods, we remember playing all day without sunscreen and barely turning red, watching TV programs of dominant British comedies. Reality TV was Hey Hey It's Saturday, and songs riddled with real music that was far more than a DJ's beat. Great time that was in humour and was organised and active without distractions. Sadnesses that were helped by heart like no pill ever could do. Saturday sports, Sunday roasts, family night get-togethers, game nights, unplanned visits and barbecues were a good thing. Cars in car parks unlocked and safe. Houses open to all who respected the life that was within and blended, didn't alter or judge it. Understandings, personal interaction, real friendships, less diseases, suicides, deprivations, struggles to survive, just sharing and enjoying company. Less labels, less fears, less fighting and less misery. If only I look back on that childhood and I look at the world today, I only have one fear from that. What about our children? What about the world? They'll grow up. From back then to now, if we think life has got better, then no wonder why globally it keeps getting worse. As we become more intelligent, we chose not to play and discover understandings. We have lost time for so much that was positive and safe to enjoy for our children. So much less than what was right, and only ever decreasing, that even if we did from animals to plants to peace and freedom, so much is not around anymore. But in the end, I will never stop trying for them. I'll never stop trying for every animal, for every plant, for every person. I will never stop believing that my children need so much more of yesterday to help tomorrow than today could ever offer them. I will never stop believing that family is the most important key to happiness, and forgiveness is the key to get back that. So to me, from me to every one of you, I say thank you and ask just for a couple of simple things. Say hello to any person you once loved and now fear they may not care, but you might just be happy, might be surprised, you might just be happy to see you. There is only one truth to find. Go out and get it. Please like the Battle Foundation page and give thanks to all the people who have never stopped believing in what it is and what it can do and what it will do. Please feel free to join our campaign as we hit the road, doing some awesome efforts to help changing people's perspectives and breaking these barriers and social stigmas if you choose to believe in the same things. Share your ideas and dreams with us. And know there will be careers built, lives changed, opportunities to take part in and build for yourself and for your families by doing nothing more than caring enough to share for our others. There is so much work to be done, and I hope this effort in saying what needs to be said can make a difference to you to me, to us and all that needs it. Remember, there's one kick-ass launch for me on August the 12th right here, and I will be heading back to as many as I can to say hello. I wish to hear you, for I've said enough to try. I have a great plan to share with you, just for us, and decisions can be made as I connect the dots in one almighty effort to raise my hand and say thank you, for without you, none of this, none of me could ever have been possible. Much love and respect to my family. Forever by blood, but bound together by choice. And that's all I need to say.